Welcome back to the program. This is Hour 2 of Leafs Lunch. Glad to have you aboard. Dennis Back's going to be here, play-by-play voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Big Daddy Bob McGill filling in for our man Bill Waters today. We're going to get to some of your phone calls with the Islanders
the
down
Dunham
the stretch.
thing, too. I think, he obviously come in last night. 18 straight starts for DiPietro, so he's a little rusty right now.
Oh,
but
look at
I think
this.
he's a guy that could obviously do the job.
Look at this. Ain't this a treat? Speaking of the big game on March the 20th, Wade Belak.
What Beeler
It's
wants,
Beal.
Beeler gets.
What's
Oh,
up?
very nice. Do I have to get hooked up to a microphone, too?
Well, you know.
Jody Vance from
Hi.
Leafs TV. Wade Belak from the Toronto Maple Leafs, fresh off his skate with all three of your buddies at
All
Lakeshore
three of us
today.
out there.
What's going on, Wade?
That was a day off for the regulars,
And what are you doing
He
here?
had to practice.
and I had to practice.
So this is the latest installment of Wait a Minute, I'm guessing, considering Jay Vance from Leafs TV is aboard.
You're very smart, Mr.
So this is
Merrick.
the hijacking?
This is the official hijacking of Leafs Lunch. Wade just decided. I said, what do you want to do? It's up to you. It's your call. What do you want to do? He goes, I want to go on the radio. I want Jeff Merrick's job.
Well,
No, that's from
listen,
McDonald's.
Well, I got mine. I got my job in a box of Cracker Jack. I tried to educate myself out of a job. That didn't work, and by default, I landed here, and I got to talk to guys like McGill all day long. Thankfully, I like hockey fights, which is right up my alley right now with you two gentlemen. And speaking of the consistency between the two of you, tell us about the Hershey Bears when Big Daddy was the assistant coach and Wade Belak was the king of the jungle. Because as I look at his
He
record,
certainly was there. 320
300
minutes,
pims.
320 minutes in his rookie year, and we went on to win the Calder Cup. And actually, he put a punctuation mark on the Calder Cup finals by giving it to Mr. Dennis Bonvie in the final game of the Calder Cup championship. And Mr. Belak was
Really?
certainly he wore the belt as a 20-year-old rookie in the American Hockey League, and he was a pleasure to coach.
what was the Bonvie fight like? That guy's raw bone tough.
Well, I think he had 500 minutes in penalties that year. So throughout the whole playoffs, our coach at the time, Bob Hartley, said, "Don't fight him, don't fight him." Finally, I
Hang on,
got the
Hartley
green light.
said, "Don't
Yes.
fight someone." Get
Really?
lost.
Come
Yeah,
on.
well, we wanted him on the ice.
Okay, I'll
and
play along.
Finally, he because I was playing against him and it was just enough already. So finally, he came in and goes, "Beeler, you got the green light." The green light. I'm like, all right. So next time he calls me on, we're going.
Well, what was Large Father like as an assistant coach with you?
He was good. He was kind of the good cop.
Was he?
Bob was like the tough guy, tough practices, hard on us, and Bob's the guy that we just fell back on when we wanted to quit hockey.
Well, I was,
He would ride the bike with us when the team lost the
I was
game.
the guy. I was stamping out forest fires. I was Smokey the Bear all year, so trying to keep everybody in line and keep focused on what we had at hand, because there was a lot of times where guys wanted to kill the coach, and the assistant coach had to step in.
So you were
to
the
smooth-
speed bump between Belak and Hartley.
Yeah.
We got to take a break, but before we do, Jody Vance from Leafs TV, tell people who may not know what Wait a Minute is.
Wait a Minute is a very fun feature that Mr. Belak and I came up with prior to the start of the season. Hey, stop making signals like that. Basically, I sat down with him and said, what do you think? Let's just do off-ice stuff. He goes,
Yeah.
like what? I'm like, I'll explain it to you when you put the microphone on and the cameras start rolling. Everything we do is just, here's what we're doing.
You're a good dancer, by the
And
way.
my
Wade.
life has been
Oh,
hell since.
I
I
was
thought it was
gonna
only
say-
going to be one show.
Oh, yeah?
That's not
Now it's every
true.
week, dude.
Oh,
He's been great and a
Few
great
more
sport.
weeks.
And by the way, you can see the last Wait a Minute we did out at Callaway when you did the golf simulator. That is on mapleleafs.com right now on the front page. So anybody who
Do you have the
would
one
like
with
a
him
sample,
and Jennifer dancing?
we're putting that up.
No.
Salsa will be up.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
please.
All
Every
over.
guy comes up to me and says, "I saw you dancing."
Hey, listen,
Nobody saw the other
And
stuff.
they thought it was a unitard. They thought he was actually wearing like
That's
a
what I
full-on
thought.
dance
Yeah.
outfit. It wasn't. It was just a black shirt and some.
Nice.
See, man, I thought I was housing the white man's overbite when I danced, but no.
I told you, I can't dance.
I was impressed with you, Wade. I thought you were a very good
It's a
sport.
Saskatchewan shuffle.
Speaking of dancing, we're going to come back and talk to Wade about March 20th. Val James, Craig Berube, Big Daddy Bob McGill, Dave Semenko, Brian Curran, I believe, all going to be in attendance. Like the closing scene from Slapshot.
Ding,
They bring
ding,
on the
ding,
Chief
ding,
and
ding.
Ogie Oglethorpe. More Leafs Lunch in a moment.